Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know how they say when someone shows you their true colors, believe them. It's true. It's definitely not your job to paint them in a different hue other than what what has been presented. Um, when you're in a relationship, and if your significant other doesn't respect you or doesn't actually care about you, you would be very hard pressed to actually be able to perform some act, be it whatever capacity, or convince them in some kind of way to care for you or to do anything of the sort. It's not. It won't be beneficial for you to attempt to do that because if the person that is supposed to be your significant other does not respect you or just flat out care for you, that's it. There is no uh, reconsideration or whatever on that. That if they've come to that point of thinking, no matter at what stage of it, if they've come to that point of thinking, that's what it is. There is no convincing that you could do, and there's no convincing that you should do. I mean, because that's it should be a reciprocal thing. And if you find yourself in a situation where it's not, the best thing that you could do for both parties, but especially for yourself, the best thing that you could do is to just cut your losses. Just, I mean, like save yourself heartache and headache and misery because if you were to continue in that relationship in that capacity, your whole your role, the existence of your role and the purpose of your role will come to trying to please and appease and fulfill some type of criterion, or I guess it would be some type of perceived um, responsibility. Your job would be, I mean, not your job, but you would task yourself with trying to make sure that that person, the significant other, sees your worth or your value. And I assure you that that will not be beneficial for you because really what that means is you don't actually see the value in yourself because you're waiting on validation from someone else. And while it might be natural to want to feel or to to know that you are valued by the person that you've invested your time, energy, and efforts and so much more into, and especially if you've been on the up and up, especially if you've been on the up and up, like meaning, you know, of course, problems gonna happen of any degree, but if you are a person that lives in honor, then that's even more so for what I'm saying. Like you don't do the cheating, you ain't beating, you ain't, doing the things that are now so they're toxic and now yet so commonplace in modern society. You're not doing that. You're living in honor. This 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 applies to you in such a grand way, but the point being point being know thyself. That's what the Bible, it's in the Bible. It's in different aspects of different um ancient texts, ancient literature. Know thyself, and even modern literature, but it's important. It's very important because otherwise, if you don't begin making real efforts to appreciate your own value, your own worth, you'll continually and continuously chase the validation of others that will never seem to suffice for you. Even if it did at one point, it won't continue to be that way. So you'll always be insufficient in that area of your life. So it's best not to even chase validation in the first place. It's best to just go ahead and know thyself and to thyself be true, I believe is the quote on that. But you know, it's and we ain't looking for easy. We're not looking for easy. We're looking for the 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 foundational basis of these things. The core of these things. And it's all integral. It has to do with integrity, you know. It has to do with dignity. And that's not something that someone else can give you. That's only something that you could find within yourself, and that's through the Most High, because you're gonna need guidance, and we all do. And it's not just for some things. We need guidance from the Most High and His infinite wisdom and Holy Spirit in all things, every aspect of our lives. So, I hope that this point is able to be made, felt, resonated. Um, I'm not saying any of this in vain at all. It actually hits home very much so, and that's exactly what inspired this message, if you will. So hey, you know, take heed, or eat the fish and spit out the bone, as they say. But all in all, know who you are. Know who you are and the one who redeemed you, who saved you. And if you are like me, a believer in Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, the Adwan, um, you know who you are. You are a disciple of the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Son of the Most High Yahweh. So, anyway, bless up. Shalom.